Hello, I'm going to go ahead and give a demo of the US Market Strategy Probot chatbot. First, I'm going to go over the flow diagram. How do I collect data? How do I query? And then second, I'm going to go over the notebook, run it line by line and cell by cell. And third, I'll show you the README file. First, in order to build the Market Pro US chatbot, I need to collect the data. I collect some sample data from LinkedIn newsfeed with some long articles from market strategies from different banks, and I collect them and post them to postings directory. And then from there, I run a notebook called create.json for landchain. It's a simple Python program to merge all the articles together and building the all postings.json file. That's a file format that landchain JSON builder can recognize and do the text split properly. So I'm using landchains, building text processing and splitting, and OpenAI embedding and build out multi-dimensional vectors for the article that I collect from the newsfeed. And I stored it in a dot array in memory search DB. So this is a vector DB in memory DB that stored the multi-dimension documents that I collected from the internet. Then I'll issue a query, and landchain will do a similar search based on the embedding of the query and the document that I store in the embedded DB. And from there, you will get the related document and then send the query and the related documents, section of the document information to a large language model. In this case, I use OpenAI for demo, but the code can switch in between Dolly and OpenAI. landchain put an abstract wrap around that as well. And then we can chain the query together and then build a conversation out of it. Next, I'm going to show the demo. First of all, this is all the article I created from internet. This is a long article talking about market outlook and economic outlook for 2023 related to recessions and investment strategies. And then I'll take a look at this notebook. It's create.json for landchain. It's a simple Python code just collecting all the document together and build a JSON out of it. The most important part is to put a new line at the end of each paragraph within the document. Otherwise, the document is too long. You want to send it over to a large language model for processing. And this is the output of all posting.json. So it's a JSON format, which landchain can process. And then there's a /n/n in this long article, build it in there. Next, I'm going to talk about the embedding and the similar search, and then how to query and the effect the output from the large language model is quite impressive with the limited amount of article I send it to the large language model. First, I'm going to run this, imported landchain, other important utilities. So this is trying to figure out what LLM to use, either Dolly or OpenAI. And then I build a vector in memory vector DB. I split this out first, split the text. Remember, the important part is a /n in the JSON, so you can, the text split to the default is n new lines. And here, I'm going to build the in-memory vector DB. And in the meantime, I chain the retriever and the large language model together using conversation retrieval chain from landchain. After that's done, I have a chat history. I can start issue a query, and then query in this QA, in this case is the LLM's OpenAI. Here's what I'm going to say, will the US go into recession on year 2023? The answer is a significant risk of starting end of the year in the spring of 2023 based on input. And then I chain this query and answer and ask the next question. We raise the debt ceiling as negative impact on the positive impact. So sending information to the LLM for answer and together with the article that's related to the query. It comes back, there's no clear answer, but you do want to make sure that that link there's not less drama in the negotiation. And lastly, we're going to ask, what's the best investment asset class I should increase? Do I increase my fixed income, high yield, fixed income equity, or other international or US equity? This suggests you keep it diversified and do not change for your portfolio allocations. So this is what the chatbot will help based on the article information I have sent it into. And lastly, if you want to run it, you can go to the GitHub. It's on part of the project. It's just instruction how to run the notebook. But the important part for OpenAI, you need to make sure that you have the key export before you run the Jupyter Lab. And lastly, the most important part is for Dolly. If you want to do, you need to spin off a cluster yourself to run the Dolly model. Thank you, and hope you enjoy this demo.